Unless this guy is just intending to hold me here. Just squeeze a little bit and also use this underhook. Yeah. Does not just hold me and squeeze me tight. So everybody can hear the pressure on the chest. Yeah, this is everybody can hear the way I'm talking right now, right? Not very pleasant. So that's this chest to chest pressure, and I want to get that off. My arms are right here. They're actually in danger. They are in danger of getting arm locked and yeah, not choked. If I pull my arm out, then he might choke me. So I have to get my arms in between us. This is stuck, and usually the block is right here as well. So this one is the easiest to get. I have to get a little bit of space here to get it in front of his hip. How do I do this? I'm moving my legs away from him, and as I'm moving my legs back, I'm turning to my side, and now I've created some space on this side here. Of course, you only have to do this if you can't just do it like this. This is way easier, but somebody that knows what he's doing will block this. So move your legs away and then turn, and as you turn, you get a little bit of space. This hand is still stuck. You can put pressure on my shoulder right here. But I'm happy that I have this right now. So there's a little bit of less pressure on my chest. Also, my first frame is there. This hand, I want to get it in front of his face, grab here on his shoulder, and when I'm grabbing his shoulder, I need to feel his bone here with my fingers. I can actually use my elbow here to create some space. This is very unpleasant for him. It's the sharp edge of my arm digging into his throat. Obviously he doesn't want this to happen, so he'll try and block this and not allow me to come in front of his face. So what I'll do here is I'm making a bridge, and I'm trying to tap the floor over there. Here. Look, I'm bringing his head along, and as I'm coming back, I'm bringing my elbow in front, and I'm grabbing here the shoulder, and now it's where I want it to be. So now put some pressure onto me. It's much easier for me to talk and to breathe and to do anything, right? Okay. So the bridge and getting the arm inside, that's an important move. You want to bridge, bring his head along, and don't bring it back like this because you'll be in the same spot. You'll be here, turn a little bit, and bring your elbow close to your body, and then it's a frame. Okay. So one more time. See here? There's chest to chest pressure. I cannot dig my elbows in, I cannot get my hand in front, so I have to go away with my feet, and then turn, and I'm turning into him. He'll usually put pressure onto me, but I got my first frame. That's what I wanted to do. If I can get my hand just in front like this, just do it like this. Don't do anything crazy. But I have to do something crazy if he doesn't allow me. So then I bridge, I turn, and I'm bringing my elbow close to my body, grabbing his shoulder, and now I got both frames in. From here, we'll start to do our escapes, but first we're going to go to this position. Alright? When we're in this position here, especially the one that's under the throat is the most annoying for him. Especially when you start really grabbing here on the shoulder, pulling it in, and then bringing up your elbow. Look, there's already a little bit of space happening here. If he pushes down, he's going to put himself into some kind of a choke. So usually they don't want to do this. And it's, like I said, it's very uncomfortable. It's not enough for me to escape though. I have to get some bigger motions going. But what it does is it frees my shoulder here. Okay, I want to get my knees involved. I've got my forearms involved now, I want to get my knees involved. I cannot stick them here, especially when people are really good at it and they put their knee against my hip, there's no space. Even if I go like this a little bit, it's still not enough space. So I need to create space. And the best way to do this is by bridging. I'm going to bridge into him, so that way, here. Boom. Actually, I'm pushing him back a little bit. His weight should still be on my arms, and my hips are up. When my hips are up, this is the moment that I'm throwing my hips out as far as possible. But Remember, the frame has to stay in place. We're not going to push, we're going to keep it in place. So hips go back, here. Remember, this one especially is very annoying for him. So if he tries to follow me, he's running into my frame here. I'm not pushing, I'm not strong enough because he's got all this body, all his muscles there running into me. Sometimes I might even get a couple of more scoops in here. Now look at all the space that's here. All I have to do is get my knee in the front, and if possible, also my feet. Yeah. From here, this is what we call open guard. We can play open guard, or we can close the guard, or we can stand up. So starting position is here. We found our frames. Now we're going to do a big bridge into him. And from here, while my hips are raised, I'm bringing him back. I don't want to be dropping here because he's going to follow me. Look now, there's not enough space. Hip up, hips away. Keep the frame where it is. Don't push. The knee should come here in front as far as possible, all the way on the other side. Now he's right in front of me. My feet are blocking us, my knees are there, and also my hands. If you prefer, you can close the guard, or if you like, you can stand up. Alright? Now sometimes when we start doing this, so most common mistake here is people will do this almost instantly. They'll be like this, boom. So it's not two big movements, but one semi-big. So, boom. And now you get issues getting the knee inside. So make sure both movements, the bridge and the hip escape, are big movements. If they're a little bit smaller, that's the common mistake number 2, people might end up in this position right here. So where there's one foot on the outside maybe, sometimes it's in between. But it's like one full guard hook and one butterfly hook. And you might think you're in guard, but you're actually still in a shitty position. All he has to do here is jump over my knee and there's nothing blocking me. And I'm right back where I am. So sometimes it can happen that you end up here, but don't chill. Start to make some space and get your feet in between again. Alright? So we've built our frames, and what I'm going to try and do now is pretty much the same start. So put the feet on the floor. By the way, that's something that I noticed. Some people, when they're doing the techniques, their feet are up in the air, and it's really hard to bridge and move. You'll need 1 or 2 feet on the floor to get some power in your moves. Alright, so we're going to start by doing a bridge again. Boom. And instead of creating space this way to get my knee inside, I'm going to turn this frame into an underhook. I'm doing that by basically my elbow is going to stay in place, and I'm going to turn around under the armpit right here. Yeah? So I will be here. I need a little bit of space until I get here for the underhook. My head is still susceptible. He can grab it and push me flat. This is not the perfect spot for him, but my head's still in danger. So what I want to do is I want to go lower now. So now try and catch my hip. Look, it's not really possible anymore. The hand that was on the hip is going to the knee, and I'm going to my own knees as well. Put your feet in the floor and start pushing. Push, 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 push. Now you're on top. If you can pass, of course, that's even better. Right? Okay. So this is what we call the underhook escape, because we're escaping using an underhook. When he's on top, he has the underhook. He is hooked under my arm. And that's making this position really strong. If I'm turning into him, he can just put me down right now. If it's the other way around, now I'm pushing very hard for him to push me back if he doesn't have the underhook. Okay? So whenever you're on bottom and you can get an underhook, you're already really far into an escape. Okay. We've built our frames. We're gonna do a bridge as well. And now, instead of going all the way back for the knee, I'm going a little bit back and I'm turning my frame into an underhook. Yeah, it's a really short motion. It's this. Boom. My elbow stays in place. I'm not getting it out and reinserting it, because if I let this frame go, he's gonna drop his weight on top of me. So here, you have to get your head out of position for him. So drop down and out, catch the knee, and from here we're gonna go to our knees and push him down like a bulldozer. I don't know if that's an English word. It is. Otherwise I just made it up. We're making the underhook. I told you guys about not letting your head be taken, so not allowing this to happen. And the way you do this is basically by getting your shoulder underneath the armpit right here. Now there's almost no grip on my head. Yeah. And I can reach for the leg and push him over. Alright, so that little detail of getting your shoulder under his armpit, that's what makes the underhook escape work. Okay. Sound was a little bit bad here, so I'll do a voiceover very quick. I'm basically explaining in a recap how you have to get the weight off of your chest using your arms. You've got two frames and you have to work to get those in so that the weight is not on your chest anymore. First, you're going to get the one that's on the hip, and sometimes you can just insert it like this, and otherwise you have to do more. With my legs, turn to my side, get the first frame in. There will be pressure, he'll be pressuring me back to my shoulders. At least I got one frame though. Second frame, I want to get it in front of his face, grabbing the shoulder right here. If I put my elbow up, it's going to be a little bit annoying for him. This will happen because I'm pretty smart. So what I'll do is I'll bridge, and as I'm turning back, I have to turn sideways a bit, get my elbow close to my body in front of his face. Grab the shoulder. I see some people grabbing here, putting up. This is not annoying enough, right? I have to get the shoulder right here, feel the bone, pull down on it a bit, and then bring this up. This is annoying enough, right? Okay, good. Then, both escapes start with bridging. Don't bridge up, nothing happens. If I fall down, it's the same. But if I bridge into him, I'm creating some space. He's moving. Now, two options. One is where I'm bringing my hip all the way out to get my knee in front and feet. Okay, talking about frames, feet, knees, hands, elbows. They're all between us, so I'm pretty safe. Option two, from here, is when I'm bridging, I'm turning, and as I'm turning, I'm bringing the underhook. Remember the detail I just showed you guys. Get your shoulder underneath this armpit. Grab the knee, go to your stomach, onto your knees, and push, like a bulldozer. If you pass, that's perfect. Okay, so that was the class of today.